Have you ever opened up a streaming app and it just feels like it knows you? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the incredible journey of the tech that powers the video you watch every single day. You know, every single time you open an app like YouTube, there's this powerful, super smart system working in the background, trying to predict exactly what you're in the mood for right in that moment. So, how in the world does it do that? Well, to get there, we got to understand the two huge engineering problems that had to be solved to make any of our modern streaming life even possible. First, we'll talk about the delivery problem, then the discovery problem. We'll take a look inside YouTube's recommender system and see how it got so much smarter than just chasing clicks. So let's start with the very first challenge of the internet video age, just getting the video to your screen in the first place. Right, so before we could even think about binge watching, services had to figure out this massive logistical puzzle. How do you reliably send these gigantic video files to millions and millions of people all at once? And to put that into perspective, back in 2012, just one single high-def stream could chew up 10 megabits per second of bandwidth. Now multiply that by millions of users all trying to watch at the same time, and you've got a data traffic jam of absolutely epic proportions. This analogy really gets to the heart of the whole debate engineers were having. I mean, think about it. Should all the videos live in one massive central data center? Or should you put copies in smaller servers all over the world, kind of like local library branches, way closer to the viewers? So those were the two big ideas on the table. You could have a centralized setup where one giant hub serves everybody, or you could have a distributed network with all these local servers acting like neighborhood branches of that main library. And you can really see the difference here. On the left, with the centralized model, every single request has to travel all the way to that one server and back. But on the right, the distributed model puts these local archives or proxies way closer to you, the user. And here's the bottom line. The centralized way, yeah, it was simpler to design, but it just couldn't scale, and it was super vulnerable. I mean, if that one server goes down, everybody's movie night is ruined. So the distributed model won out. It was more complex, for sure, but way more reliable, and it could handle millions of users. It's the reason your video starts almost instantly today. But solving that delivery problem accidentally created a whole new one. Because today, hundreds of hours of video are uploaded to platforms like YouTube every single minute. The library didn't just get big, it became effectively infinite. And that brings us to the second great challenge. With a library that massive, how on earth are you supposed to find the one video you want to watch right now, especially when you don't even know what you're looking for yet? The problem wasn't about technology anymore. It was about psychology. It's called the paradox of choice. With literally millions of options, we become paralyzed. We needed a guide. We needed a recommendation engine. And here's the brilliant idea engineers at Google came up with. They built a two-stage AI system that works just like a funnel. It takes the millions and millions of videos out there and intelligently narrows them all the way down to just a handful of perfect suggestions, just for you. So how does this AI brain actually do it? Let's break down the two key steps it takes to build your personalized feed every single time you open the app. Okay, so think of it like an incredibly fast personal shopper. The first step is called candidate generation. This is when the shopper runs through the entire store and pulls hundreds of items off the racks that roughly fit your style. The second step is ranking. That's when the shopper carefully helps you pick the single best outfit from that rack and puts it right at the top of your list. Now, what's so cool is how the engineers frame this problem. They see it as a massive multiple choice question. Out of millions of possible videos, which one single video are you most likely to watch next? To find those first few hundred potential answers, it looks at your watch history and, maybe more importantly, what other people with similar tastes have watched. All right, on to the second step. This is where the real fine-tuning happens. A second, much more precise AI takes that list of hundreds of videos and gives each one a score. And here's the really crucial part. It's not just predicting if you'll click on it. It's predicting your engagement, specifically how long it thinks you'll watch. It's trying to find the videos you won't just start, but the ones you'll actually finish. But wait, there's a problem. This whole system has a built-in bias. Because it's trained on what people have already watched, it naturally loves older, more popular videos and tends to ignore brand new ones. And that's a huge issue for a platform where everyone wants to see fresh, new content, right? So how can the system learn to spot the next viral hit, the second it's uploaded, when it has zero history to learn from? Well, the solution is it's so clever. The engineers decided to just tell the AI how old each video is while it's being trained. By feeding the video's age in as a feature, the model starts to learn the natural patterns of popularity. It learns what a brand new, trending video feels like compared to an old classic that's been around forever. And wow, look at the result. That green line shows the real-world popularity of a video. The flat blue line is the old model's prediction. See? It just predicts some boring average. But the orange line, that's the model trained with example age, and it almost perfectly tracks the video's viral life cycle. It actually understands the initial hype and the eventual cooldown. It's amazing. So let's just quickly recap our whole journey here. The problem of streaming video started as a physical one, getting bits through pipes, and it evolved into this complex AI-driven discovery problem. The systems use a funnel to find a bunch of candidates and then rank them, not just for clicks, but for real watch time. And they even have these clever tricks to learn what's new and fresh. And that kind of leaves us with a fascinating final thought, doesn't it? These systems learn from everything we do, but they also guide what we do by what they show us. It creates this powerful feedback loop between all of our tastes and the artificial intelligence that serves them right back to us. It really makes you wonder, who's really in the driver's seat?